What's going on, guys? 8 Streets back with another video. So yeah, this is Ark Survival Evolved, as you may have actually well known if you've actually stuck around with the channel for quite a while. I've actually attempted pretty much starting off a series on there, but yeah, then things kind of got a bit buggy, but now I'm back, and yeah, apparently there's been a few improvements, plus a few updates, but yeah, this video is not really regarding the updates. It's actually going to be sort of a getting started type of video. Now, shout out to my brother Hodist. I'll put the links to his well, his Twitch and his YouTube channel in the description below, because he actually wanted kind of a general getting started video just so that he could actually get into Ark himself, because yeah, he actually did end up getting Ark, but ended up getting demolished by other players. And yeah, in fact, first tip, if you don't really know what to do in Ark and you're just getting started, I would start off on a single player world. Because, yeah, on a PvP server, people could be quite brutal, and, yeah, they could troll you a whole lot. Because it's PvP. There's bound to be a lot of trolling, a lot of, killing, and sometimes it just may seem a bit unfair. So, yeah, I would recommend going onto a PvE server. Sorry for chiming in while I'm editing this video, but, here's a bit of a correction. I meant single player or PvE, because if you want to do multiplayer, then you could actually just do PvE without the worry of other people attacking you. Now, I know I have my little shack here, but yeah, I have this pretty much set up for a potential series that I'll be starting in the future, near or far, who knows. But yeah, I'm gonna start with the basics. So once you spawn in, I would recommend for you to gather resources like crazy, because yeah, as soon as you spawn in, it's probably gonna be, you know, nighttime, or nighttime might actually be, you know, on its way, and you may not have a shelter over your head, so you might want to gather resources so you can actually start building a house or some form of shelter or protection against the elements, because they could be quite brutal. Players could be brutal, and also the creatures, because there are those Dilophosaurs, which are those dinosaurs that actually spit a whole bunch of stuff in your eye and make you nearly blind. And yeah, they're predators, and they could be quite brutal. And some of those predators may include your Thanksgiving dinner. And when it comes to resources, you know, that involves food, water, and whatever you can get. Now, I know that you see a whole bunch of weapons and ammunition, or just weapons, in my hotbar, but that's mainly because, well, I've progressed quite a long way. But just to, okay, I guess that dodo just, pooped. I'll take that as a bit of fertilizer. It's kind of nasty to be picking up poop, but, hey, it's good for your crops, I guess. So yeah, when it comes to food, you can either pick up berries from various bushes and plants, which could actually be put into your inventory. So yeah, when it comes to berries, you really got to be careful. So there are these edible berries. So like, if you see any red, purple, or blue berries, you can eat those. Now, when it comes to these black berries, which are narco berries, which are mainly used in narcotics, try not to eat those, because yeah, they could actually knock you out, and yeah, leave you in a very vulnerable position if you accidentally eat those, and you're actually in the presence of maybe a Dilophosaur, or maybe even an enraged trike or triceratops or even a T-Rex, you'll get demolished no matter what. But yeah, other than the berries, you could actually get food by killing other animals. Now, yeah, time to use something to put this dodo down. Sorry. Now, in order to actually harvest meat, you know, if you just end up punching a dodo so much that it just dies, yeah, you'll have to find some way to harvest the meat. So, my advice would be to craft a pickaxe and an axe. And you would actually start off with stone. So, yeah, I would just recommend to pick up these random small stones in the sand in order to pretty much start making yourself a pickaxe. One thing that I forgot to add is that you can actually get resources from supply crates. They're not really crates, but they actually come from the sky, and they supply you with different items as long as you're a certain level. Like, for example, a green one is actually a low level one. It actually supplies you with stuff like maybe a bit of stone, a set of stone pipes for your crops and stuff like that. Some are actually higher. They might actually like supply different tech related items that could actually you know, help you out. So yeah, that way you don't really have to do so much grinding. So yeah, you start off with the pickaxe, but once you actually level up, you'll be able to craft an axe. So let me take you to the engrams menu. So this menu shows you the different materials that you can get as you level up. So yeah, you start off at level 1, obviously, but at level 2 you get enough skill points to unlock 2 of these 3 items. But I would recommend the campfire and the axe because you need food, and you can't just eat that raw dodo. It just doesn't work that way. Alright, so for a stone pickaxe, it requires, 1 stone, 10 thatch, and 1 wood. Okay. So, I've already got the stones. So, now, all I gotta do is just punch trees. Now, be careful when doing this because, yeah, sometimes you could actually end up with broken bones. And that could actually make your health go down. Alright guys, so I've officially gathered enough resources to craft a pickaxe. So what I'm actually going to do is go to the crafting menu and craft the pickaxe. So now, I have a pickaxe. And what I normally do, since I'm actually on the PS4, I have everything set up so that left on the D-pad could actually be my pickaxe. Up would be a torch, which I'll get to soon. Right would be an axe, which I actually have to, okay, that's the torch. Okay, I just need flint. Okay, I'll get to that soon. Okay, now for the axe. Okay, I need flint anyway. So now that I have the pickaxe, I'm gonna start doing a little bit of mining. So yeah, with the pickaxe, you'll be able to mine stones or like whatever rocks may come in your path, because like if you try to punch the rocks, that's gonna be extremely painful if you're like looking at it from a realistic point of view. But you can't really do that, so that's why you need the pickaxe. And with each thing that you actually you know, break down, you actually get multiple materials. Like for example, that stone that I actually broke down, it contains stone and also salt, since it's actually like a lighter color. If it's a stone that's a lot darker, it's probably either metal or obsidian. But for obsidian, you would actually have to go to a volcanic area or like some kind of mountainous area. Another thing to keep in mind is that while you're actually getting these materials, your food and your water actually start to go down quite quickly, especially if you intend on getting a whole bunch of resources. So yeah, you would have to keep an eye out on your food and your water. So I've officially killed this dodo, and now I'm able to harvest the meat. Now with the campfire that you've actually crafted, or will craft if you're actually following along, you can actually cook the meat. I already have wood in here, so that's why it's fueled. So I'm gonna deposit the meat in here. Now, as you may see, I have a bunch of poop in my inventory. Now, as I wait on my food to get cooked, in fact, let me check on it now. Come on. Ah, there's already a little bit of cooked meat here. Okay. So, okay, I could just get rid of that bit of coal or charcoal, whatever that is, and just eat this meat. And once I actually eat the meat, the food actually goes up a pretty good amount. Now, going back to the poop subject, you can actually save that into your inventory, or even if you want to get into growing crops at your house, you could actually save it into a composter. Or if you don't really, have the resources to actually craft one, you could just straight up use it to fertilize the crops. So I'm going to use whatever I have to fertilize it. And so, as you can see, it's fertilized and full of water because I actually have it hooked up to an irrigation system. I'll get to that soon because that's not really much of a beginner thing to focus on. I mean, it's it's still sort of towards the beginning, but yeah, it's not really something that you should worry about once you actually have gotten started. But basically, you want to have your crops irrigated, so gotta have it hooked up to a water source. I mean, this took a lot of stone, but hey, it's stone. It's a simple resource to get. So let me check and see if I have enough. Yep, I have enough materials to make an axe. So I'm actually gonna get that done. Alright, so now I'm able to chop down trees a bit more easily. So as you actually get, wood and stuff like that, then yeah, wood actually takes up a whole bunch of space in your inventory. So yeah, one big priority that you should actually look into is just upgrading your weight, which is pretty much what you can handle. You don't start off with with a wood house because you actually have to learn that engram as you've actually as you actually progress. First, you actually start off with thatch, which is actually let me see if I actually have any. Yeah, thatch. So pretty much straw. It's a very low quality material, and it actually gets destroyed a bit more easily than wood, but it's a really good starter, and yeah, it's something to build up on, especially since you're just starting your house. So those are pretty much the basics. So yeah, let me check on this meat again. Pretty much cooked. All right, I'm gonna turn this off so that it doesn't really waste any wood. So let me check on my food. Okay, I definitely gotta eat. So by now you might have just gotten enough materials to pretty much start building your house and stuff like that, but that doesn't really ensure that you'll keep that house forever. You might find it later on, but yeah, in that case, you might want to start crafting or learning the engram to let's see, yeah, to craft a sleeping bag or whatever this is called. Yeah, hide sleeping bag. That's sort of a temporary bed. If you die, the game spawns you at the sleeping bag. But yeah, if you build a bed and learn its engram, then yeah, you pretty much have your spawn point set. And believe it or not, you're gonna need to either craft a sleeping bag or even a bed because yeah, in the beginning you're not gonna be extremely lucky most of the time. Like let me show you something right quick. So you see this map, those two northern areas, yeah, I've died there, well, in those places, and I've built houses in those areas. So those thatch foundations are still out there, but luckily I spawned away from all the chaos and just well, ended up on this really nice island. So yeah, you gotta actually choose where you spawn, and that actually makes a pretty big difference with your survival, because in those areas, yeah, I've died a lot. But that actually depends on which map you actually choose. Like, this is actually a bit of a newer map. I forgot the name of it, but yeah, you actually could well, find some pretty decent areas. Like, let me whoa, what the heck is happening? Oh yeah, I'm gonna need water. So let me take my flying creature. I mean, could call it a pterodactyl, but like, it's not really the full name of it. But yeah. All right, let's go high up in the air. Yeah, so this game actually relies a whole lot on exploration and also gathering materials. It's really cool. It can definitely be annoying, especially if you die a lot. But as you explore, do not forget where your house is. I mean, I get the worst luck when it comes to exploring and remembering where my house is. And so with this series that I have coming up, I actually set something so that I can actually like keep track of my house. I mean, like, it's meant for uploading and downloading survivors, but like, that's mainly to like cater to my needs, because I may not always remember where my house is, or even lose track of it. Now, as you may have seen, I've actually been riding on this, and yeah, you can't really ride any kind of creature right away. You have to tame them. Now, let me try taming something. Let me head over to my Bronto. I pretty much have nothing but berries inside my Bronto, and yeah, Brontos are actually like really tough to tame. So you can imagine that I actually had a hard time trying to tame this thing. These are all pretty much edible, except for the black ones. Like I said before, they're actually used in narcotics, so you can imagine that they're pretty strong. So do not consume them yourself. You can actually consume the yellow ones, the blue ones, the red ones. You could actually consume the white ones, but those will actually dehydrate you. One thing that I actually forgot to craft is a club, which you could actually just easily use to knock something out. And let's see, there we go, wooden club. I just need wood. Okay, no problem. Got a tree right in front of me, so that's no problem. And there we go. I got a pretty good amount of wood. Let's see if that's enough. Okay. Whoa. Okay. All right, wooden club. There we go. Now let me find the closest thing that I could tame. Huh. I guess I'll use this dodo. Come on. All right, so it's not dead. So you want to feed it narco berries just to keep it knocked out. It'll automatically eat it, or you could just like force it down its throat. And let me try. I don't know the specifics, but certain dinosaurs actually like creatures actually like different types of berries. So I'm gonna put everything I have in its system to see if I could tame it. All right, let's see if it's being tamed. 0%. The heck? I don't know. I mean, are these things herbivores? I'm not so sure. I'll try to force feed it a bit of meat. That's not gonna work. But yeah, the goal is to pretty much keep it knocked out, and yeah, that's what's really gonna like make the taming a lot easier for you. You know, in the most efficient way. Also, keep in mind that certain creatures are, you know, either carnivores or herbivores. So let's say if you're trying to tame a T-Rex or something like that, you know that, you know, due to its reputation, it likes eating meat. Okay, it's not going up. So yeah, you want to keep the unconscious meter up. In this case, I'm not really doing much of a good job. So I'm gonna force feed it a bit more of the narco berries, and that's really gonna keep it knocked out. Yeah, I don't know what Dodo's like, but yeah, you pretty much get the gist of it. So I'm just gonna let this guy. Well, I need the meat anyway, so sorry, buddy. So an example of dinosaurs and creatures liking certain things, it's like the flying creatures, you know, the birds, pterodactyls and pteranodons or whatever. They like a lot of fish, so you might want to craft a fishing rod or even just go straight into the water and catch something or just like spear something. Also, some creatures actually like prime meat, so you actually have to find something pretty big and just get its meat. That's pretty much it. And yeah, then there's the crops and stuff like that. But this is pretty much all you really need to get started. All you just got to keep in mind is that you pretty much just got to craft the basic materials, and then as time goes by and you level up a bit more, then you pretty much just, you know, learn each engram as you spend skill points. You don't really have to learn all of them. It would be nice if you could, but like, not all of them are like, you know, things that you should consider as a bit of a priority. Like for example, this dummy for punching, it actually tests your attack power, but it's not really much of a priority. But yeah, other than that, those are pretty much the basics. Oh yeah, and before I go, as time goes by, you might want to start developing a bit of a workshop, you know. That way you can actually craft whatever materials you may need. So, yeah, you already know about the campfire. Why the heck is my character suffering so dang much? But anyway, let me check on. Okay, the food is good. So you might want to start looking into crafting these different workstations. Like, this is actually some kind of a grinder or something like that. It's meant for making materials like narcotics and stuff like that. In fact, let me put those narco berries back because I don't really need them now. Oh yeah, and spoiled meat, they do have a use. So you might want to keep those in your inventory or even store them somewhere, because with that you can actually make narcotics, which you could actually make into tranq arrows. So pretty much, arrows used to tranquilize these different creatures in order to pretty much make the taming a bit easier. Also, you might want to start developing a bit of a forge, so you can actually craft ingots, and also a smithy, so you can actually craft better materials. But yeah, develop a workshop, and you'll actually get better materials. So, what the? Okay, there's poop here. I'll pick that up. It might be under the ground, but I'm gonna put that into the composter. And these things actually take a while to turn into fertilizer. But anyway, like I said, those are the basics. So yeah, I hope that this video turned out pretty helpful. It like, I went by this a bit fast because you know, it's not really a lot to take in. I mean, like, once you actually get the basic materials and start crafting whatever you need, you can actually get a pretty good amount of stuff done. And yeah, it's like, all these basic tips come in very handy. So yeah, again, hopefully this is helpful. Shout out to my brother Hodist. I'll put the links to his YouTube channel and his Twitch in the description below. I hope this was helpful to you as well, bro. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. Stay safe, H Streets out, and God bless.